Good day, everyone. Today is another day for you to learn. So I will be expecting that you will behave and participate in our activities. Okay? So before anything else, I will let you watch a short video clip. Are you ready? Very good. Okay, so here it is. Please watch and analyze the video. There you have it, class. So, based on the video, what do you think the characters are doing? Anyone from the class? Yes, Sheena. Yes, the boy and the girl are having a conversation. Okay. Since Sheena said that the characters are having a conversation, what is your overall interpretation of the video? Oh, do not answer in chorus. Okay, let us hear from Claire. Yes, the characters are communicating using a gadget, and when the internet connection was lost, they had a hard time reaching each other, right? Above all of your ideas, class, what do you think would be our topic for today? Yes, communication. What else? What specifically? Very good. It is the process of communication. So have you ever encountered this topic before, class? Okay, but this time we are going to dig it deeper. Okay, are you ready? Very good. Now you are going to have a group activity, class. So group 1, 2, 3, and 4, please proceed to your respective group mates and please settle as I will give you the instructions. Okay, for your group activity, you are going to have a group conversation. So I will give you 5 minutes and you are going to discuss the importance of following the COVID-19 safety protocols. So while you are having a group conversation, each one of you will observe how your conversation is done. By the way, do not forget to trust your group mates and make sure that your ideas are reliable to avoid misconception. Is that clear, class? Very good. So do you have questions? Okay, since none, timer starts now. Okay, 2 minutes left. Last 30 seconds. Alright, time is up. So please go back to your original seats. Now may I know how was your group conversation? Yes, we will. Wow, very good. They have an effective communication because all of their group mates are active speakers and listeners. Okay, very good. How about the others? Okay, go Jessa. Okay, so they are communicating, but Ben keeps on laughing and um, making unnecessary noise. So, Ben, next time, don't do it again, okay? Okay, very good. Okay, class, so what have you observed while you are having your group conversation? Yes, when someone speaks, the other listens. So, how about the others? Any idea? Alright, there are noises and there are barriers that affects your communication. Okay, so based on that activity class, what do you think are the elements in the process of communication? Yes, Daryl. The elements are speaker, listener, noise, and messages. Okay, so do you think it's correct? Oh, we will know it later. Okay? So if you believe that those are the elements in the process of communication, what do you think is the nature and the process of communication? Okay, I need 2 volunteers. So one will explain the nature and one will explain the process of communication. So any idea? Okay, Abby? Alright, so Abby said that the nature of communication has 8 steps and communication could be verbal or non-verbal. Okay, so you have a nice idea. So how about the process of communication? Alright, yes, Nina. Okay, so Nina said that the process of communication involves speaker, listener, and messages. Okay, so let us see if all of your ideas are correct. Okay, so please take a look at the presentation. So everyone, let us read the nature of communication. Communication is a process. Communication occurs between one or more people, and communication can be verbal or non-verbal. Okay, so these are the nature of communication. Number 1, communication is a process. Why? What do you think? Yes, your answers earlier are correct. Communication is a process because it has an element like, example, if the speaker, when he or she talks, he has a purpose, like informing, expressing, or anything towards the receiver. So, do you think what we are doing right now is a process? Yes, exactly. Because I am the speaker, I am here to inform you, to discuss about our topic, and you are there in front of me as the receiver of all the ideas that came out from me. Okay, let us proceed to the next. Number 2, communication occurs between one or more people. So, is there a communication that takes place when you are the only one? Okay, some of you says yes and some of you says no. But in reality, class, there is communication that you can be the only one. And that's what we call intrapersonal communication. You can do writing, singing, dancing, through expressing your thoughts, your feelings, and no one can stop you from doing that. Another is that communication occurs between more people. And that's a situation where there is a speaker, there's a listeners, and examples are extemporaneous speech and other public speaking, alright? So the last is communication can be verbal or non-verbal. So what do you mean by this? Yes, very good, class. It is verbal because you use words and other spoken languages. And it is something that you can hear, like what I am doing here. You're able to listen, you will able to understand through my voice. While non-verbal communication uses signals, symbols, body languages, and other gestures. So in here, you will not be able to hear some words but it only uses like symbols, as what I have said. You are using your feelings, sense of feelings. So that's it. Okay, so when I say, how are you, class? Is it verbal or non-verbal? Very good, it is verbal. How about this one? Yes, it is non-verbal. Very good. Now let us proceed to the process of communication. Okay, class, please take a look at the presentation. So class, to be able to have a process in communication, we should consider the elements. So what are the elements? Yes, the sender, encoding, yes, the message, decoding, receiver, feedback, and noise. So your answers earlier are all correct. Okay, class, so as what have you seen, there are arrows, and it is where or how the communication process. First is the sender. So he or she will be the one to create or initiate the communication as he or she develops the ideas. Example, if I will be the sender, once again, the first element is sender. So I will try to create or to develop what would be my message. So I am now in the process of encoding. Since I am done or I am in the process of encoding, after that one, I already have developed a message. So the third element is the message. Once again, I am the sender. I will think of the message. So I am encoding. And the next one, I will already have the message. Okay? So let me execute. I am the sender and I will call my sister and ask her if she can cook for our dinner. Kring, kring. Hello? Yes, ate, can you cook food for our dinner? So class, since I'm already done telling my sister about the message, about my question, she will decode the message. So we are now in the fourth element, which is decoding, and that is the process wherein the receiver will interpret or analyze my message. Again, we are now in the process of decoding, and it is where the receiver will understand the message. So the fifth element is receiver. So after decoding, the receiver already understand my message. So she will now be able to provide me the feedback, and that is the other element, feedback. It is like a kind of reply. Example, my sister will say, okay, I will be the one to cook your food for our dinner. Okay, class? But sometimes, there are barriers in communication. Here, the other element is noise. And that is one of the barriers in communication. There could also be a low internet connection where you will not be able to reach out very well. Okay, class, is it clear? Okay, so that is the process of communication. Once again, the sender will initiate the communication, and later on, there will be a decoding that will take place, and in the middle of that will be the transmission of the message, and then later on, the decoding where the receiver will analyze the message, and after that one, the receiver will provide feedback, and there are many cases that they can encounter barriers in communication like noise and signals. Okay? So do you have questions, class? Okay, very good. Since if you don't have questions, why not? I will be the one to ask you questions. Are you ready? Once again, class, what are the natures of communication? Again, don't answer in chorus. Yes, Riley? Yes, the nature of communication is that it has a process. because a sender will be the one to initiate the message or the communication, and it always happen because of the elements between the sender, encoding, message, decoding, receiver, and the feedback and noise. Yes, so the second one is communication occurs between one or more people. It is because of the interpersonal and intrapersonal communication with the use of verbal or spoken languages and symbols. So very good class. You really listen very well in my discussion. Okay? So next class, what is the process of communication? Anyone from the class? Yes, very good class. You really are an active listeners, which is very important in communication. Okay, so the process of communication starts when the sender initiates sending a message, and then it will be encoded, and then later on the message will be transmitted, and it will be decoded by the receiver, and the receiver will initiate to have a feedback towards the sender. And there are times that while in the middle the process of communication, both sender and the receiver will encounter barriers in communication. Okay, class, I am so proud that you were really able to understand our topic. Okay, so I will be giving another question. How do the speaker send the message, and how do the receiver understand the message? Okay? Yes, Daryl? Very good. The sender will encode the message. It is a time when the message will be interpreted, will be finalized, so that the receiver will be able to understand your thoughts and opinions or your questions and anything that you express towards the receiver. On the other hand, the receiver will understand the message through decoding, and that is the process wherein the receiver will analyze your message. Very good. Alright, so did you understand our topic, class? Okay, so since you were able to understand the nature and the process of communication, what do you think is the importance of communication in our life? Yes? Very good. So Carlos said that communication is important in our life because it is something that makes us unite, makes us build a relationship and share common goals, and it is something that makes us complete our life. So very good idea from the class. So class, would people survive life without having a communication at least once or twice? Yes, Anna? Yes, very good. We cannot survive without having a communication in our life. Communication is very important, class. So that is why when you are going to communicate with your friends, especially your families and loved ones and anyone around you, you should pay respect. Because we need unity, we need love, and we need communication to have a meaningful life. Okay? Okay, class, very good. Thank you so much for your participation. So, do you have questions? Okay, since there is none, please prepare for your individual activity. Okay, so please take a look at the presentation. So for your activity, class, complete the diagram showing the elements of nature and process of communication, and also provide examples. So once again, take a look at the presentation. So in here, the elements of nature and process of communication will be written in the yellow circles. Once again, in the yellow circles will be the nature and process of communication. And the second one is The examples will be written at the green rectangles. Okay, is that clear, class? Or do you have questions? Okay, since there is none and since you already have the copy of the diagram, I will now give you the 10 minutes to finish your work. Okay, so timer starts now. Okay, so 3 minutes left. So last 1 minute. Okay, so last 30 seconds. Alright, time is up. Okay, so please pass your papers. I will be checking this one and will be returning it tomorrow with your scores. Okay, thank you so much, class. By the way, for your assignment, research the different types of communication models. Please include the source or sources of your researches. Make sure that these are reliable. So encode your researches using Microsoft Word or WPS and study and be ready for the oral recitation next meeting. Okay, is that clear, class? So do you have questions? Okay, since none, let's call it a day. Thank you so much for your participation and God bless you. See you tomorrow and be well.